Now we'll be exploring the arguments against joining the common market and for free trade. The UK should trade with the whole world equally, without looking inward or favouring only those close by. The UK should maintain our strong trade ties with nations like New Zealand and the rest of the Commonwealth. If we join the common market, Britain will lose our special trade terms and instead have to trade on the same terms as Europe. It will cost the UK a lot of money to enter the common market, and the UK will have to pay much more in the common market than we get out, supporting only the smaller common market nations. The price of goods will go up, as the UK will no longer be able to negotiate our own trade deals and be lumped with only European goods. For example, the cheap clothing and food from African and South American nations will no longer be able to be traded in the UK freely. Furthermore, the prices of food and clothing within the common market are more than double the price.
We should not be able to make commercial treaties. There would not be a Britain commercially. It wouldn't exist. That nations that wanted to sign trade treaties with us, for example, would not be able to do so. They would have to make their treaties with the Six.
The UK does not need to join the common market for greater trade routes, as we already have more trade routes and relationships with other nations around the world than the whole of Europe combined. The problems with the UK economy are down to mismanagement on the part of the UK government, socialism and communist strikes. They can be solved without joining the common market, and joining the common market will not resolve them. The effect of joining the common market to British industry will be negligible. Joining the common market will not save British industry, because our problems are that our industries are uncompetitive and there are ongoing union strikes. The UK will slowly lose our self of national identity. We will no longer consider ourselves British, but many will consider themselves Europeans. This will result in losing much of our culture and heritage, and everything that comes with being British, ruining social cohesion. Building a new European political bloc will escalate the Cold War, and the Russians will be more likely to invade Eastern European nations, not less likely. Much of the UK produce export to the Commonwealth, not into the common market. If we join the common market, the UK agricultural industry will shrink significantly. Independent farmers will suffer, and local food prices will increase. British fruit farmers will not be able to compete with French and Spanish fruit farmers. Therefore, this will shrink the British fruit industry. This is because the French and Spanish governments subsidise their fruit industry, but the British government doesn't.
I have many grower friends in Holland and Germany, and since they've been in the common market, they have been completely ruined, and they have not been able to compete against subsidized competition from France. And I feel that horticulture is being used as one of the giveaway things in order to get us into the common market.
Hill farming and sheep herding will also be uncompetitive, impacting Welsh and Scottish economies dreadfully. If the UK joins the common market, many fishing communities across the UK will lose their fishing rights and competitiveness. The UK will be forced to revoke our fishery protections, resulting in overfishing in British waters by European fishermen, which will over time ruin our underwater wildlife. European nations are well known for fishing out their stocks instead of conserving them.
One of the curious things about this fishing question is that just before we started serious negotiations to join the common market, the 6 countries of the common market decided on their fishing policy, which they knew would be totally unacceptable to us. Why did they do it? Because they have fished out their own shores and they want the fish from this country.
British fish will migrate to Iceland and Greenland once the Europeans have ruined our waters. This will result in the UK having to import fish from Greenland and Iceland, which will increase the cost of fish and chips. This will reduce the competitiveness of fish and chips, leading to other foreign takeaways outselling them. The UK will lose our sovereignty, as not all of our laws will be made in the House of Commons. This will only get worse over time, as the common market forms into a federal bloc. As this federal system grows, it will remove democracy further away from British people.
If you talk about political unity, it must mean a merging of sovereignty, and therefore a loss of sovereignty by the parliaments and the nations which merge. The British Parliament decides British agricultural policy. The instant we're in the common market, British agricultural policy, which is of some little importance, is not going to be decided by the Parliament at Westminster. Of course it isn't. It's going to be decided somewhere else.
Britain has and always will think differently to the rest of the Europeans. and therefore we will be constantly outvoted in the European Parliament, and may as well not even vote. The British people are being rushed into this. Joining the common market is an historic decision, and we need much more time to debate.
For we are not just a part of Europe, at least not yet. We have a different history, we have ties and links which run across the whole world. If this is the idea, the end of Britain as an independent nation state, I make no apology for repeating it, the end of 1,000 years of history. You may say, all right, let it end. But my goodness, it's a decision that needs a little care and thought.
Be sure to check out my other channel, History Sticks, for the complete, longer and comprehensive video.